Hey guys, and welcome to Quality Shot Indian Wells WTA draw preview. We're going to go into it. Before we do, though, please do remember to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and do keep on supporting this venture. It's going really well so far, and your guys' support is really helping. I would like to do this full time, so any help towards that is greatly appreciated. Excuse me. So we're going to go through the top half of the draw and the bottom half. Of course, no Ash Barty. She's pulled out of Indian Wells and Miami. So that's a bit of a blow for the draw and just the competition, given she's the world number one. So Barbara Krejcikova heads up the draw, taking the number one seeding. She's actually gets a bye in the first round. She'll play the winner of Rebecca Peterson and a qualifier, which, if I'm not mistaken, is Elise Cornet. So that'll be an interesting match as well, and we'll see how that one pans out. But Elise Cornet, of course, in some fantastic form, given her run at the Australian Open, making the quarterfinals, her first ever Grand Slam quarterfinals. So she'll be looking to continue some of that form on the hard courts. For Krejcikova, given it's a slower hard court, notoriously anyway, Indian Wells, I think she will have some success on here for sure. Aya Tomjanovic versus Hailey Baptiste. You'd go for Baptiste there. For me, Cersei with a bye, so she will she progresses through and will play the winner of Tomjanovic and Baptiste. I would expect Tomjanovic to win that, and then Cersei to win that as well against Tomjanovic to set up that Krejcikova match. Simona Halep has got a bye as well. She will face the winner of Alexandrova and Kalieva. I think Alexandrova should have a little bit too much, but Halep should have too much for either of them, really. Then we've got Kerlu, who's a wild card against a qualifier. I mean, we'll see. I think Corey Goff or Coco Goff, she should have too much, though, for both. She will be looking to make her mark at home, obviously, in the US. She's had some varied results, but she's still very young. So let's see how she gets on. Raducan also got a bye. She will be playing the winner of Yastremska, of course, from Ukraine, who's had a good run of form in Lyon recently, and Caroline Garcia. So that's a really good matchup. Yastremska's in fantastic form. Caroline Garcia is a very good player, very solid. I'm actually going to go with Yastremska. I just think, obviously, the Ukraine Association, the way she's been playing really well. So I'll go with her. But I think Raducanu should have too much. He should do. But in saying that, there's just a lot of things going on with her. I think the expectation and the pressure, it is a lot. And I can understand why. Anna Bondar versus Petra Martic. I'm going to go Martic there. And then Zidansek's got a bye, so she'll face the winner of that. I think she should be either. Samsonova also has a bye, and she'll face either Madison Brengle or Leanne. Or Anne Lee, sorry, even. I think Madison Brengle will win that. And then I think she'll actually beat Samsonova as well. Kovinic versus Teichmann's a really interesting matchup, but it's quite hard to call. I'm going to go with Teichmann, and then Pliskova should be either one of those, really, but you just never know with Pliskova. Pliskova, sorry, even she can always have an off day, let's say. And then now we've got Swiatek, who's got a bye, the number 3 seed, and she'll either play Clara Burel or Angelina Kalinina. I think Burrell will win, but then Swiatek will beat both. I think because she's actually one of the favourites, if not the favourite for this tournament after winning last week. And she's just coming to a rich vein of form. I mean, she bageled Kontaveit, which is no mean feat considering how well Kontaveit's played in the last 6 to 9 months. Beatriz, even Haddad Maya versus Sophia Kinnan, the former Grand Slam champion, a fall from grace at the moment. She, of course, was injured, but just lack of form as well. She got really hard first round at the Australian Open, facing Madison Keys in that first round. Madison Keys blew her away, really. But she's very talented, we know, but she's just not quite kicked on the way they would have hoped. So she would have hoped so far. If she does win that, she will actually face Torsen, who's really exciting. What an exciting youngster she is, amongst the Raducanus, the Leila Fernandezes, and also, of course, the Corey Goffs for me. So Torsen, I think, will win it against either. Kasatkina's got a bye. She'll face either Volynets or Roos from Holland. I think she'll beat both as well. Um, Kerber, she'll face either Zheng or Zvonareva. That's a potential banana skin either one, to be honest with you, for Kerber. I'm going to go with Zheng to win, actually, and then Zheng to cause the upset. Then we've also got Svitolina with a bye. She'll be facing the winner of Elise Cornet and Anna Konju. So Elise Cornet, sorry, is down here. I thought she was at the top of the draw. And I think Svitolina should beat either one of those. Then we've got Robin Montgomery versus Kai Kanepi. I mean, she is the queen of upsets. I think I'm going to go with Kanepi, and she'll face Bencic then in the next round. Bencic should have a bit too much, but don't be surprised if we see an upset there. And then Madison Keys has got a bye. She'll play either Potapova or Doi. Should be either. And Alison Riss has got a qualifier. She'll face Muguruza. Muguruza should have quite a bit of a success on this, you would imagine. Then we go on to the bottom half of the draw. We've got Paula Badosa, of course, the reigning champion. She beat Azarenka in last year's Indian Wells, which was postponed. So it was later on in the year because of the scheduling and the pandemic. But yeah, she has got a bye. She'll face either a qualifier or Teresa Martinkova. She should be either. She's been in not the best of form, but she should have enough early rounds, you'd imagine. Then we've got Oceane Dodin and a qualifier to play Cerebus Tormo, who for me should win against either. And then Leylah Fernandez with a bye. She'll play. Ooh, that's a very tasty matchup potentially. Amanda Anisimova, of course, played so well in Australia in the Australian Open this year, losing to Barty in the end. And she plays Emma Navarro. Now, you'd imagine Anisimova gets through that, but then against Fernandez, it really is a fire and ice contest. We've got the kind of the big baseliner at the back of the court, and Anisimova versus the more versatile but counter-punching Canadian in Fernandez. So that's one to watch out for. If we end up getting it, it'll be a phenomenal match in my opinion. Then we've got Parazaz Diaz versus Rogers. Rogers should get through that, and then Ostapenko, though, is a tough one. She's been in really good form. I'm actually going to go with Ostapenko. I think she's going to carry on some of the good form she's had. Then we've got Pagula with a bye. She'll play a qualifier, so she has a couple of potentially more straightforward rounds than others. And then we've got Sloane Stephens versus Naomi Osaka. And this is my pick of the first round ties. What a matchup. What a matchup. I just cannot wait for this. Two former Grand Slam champions. I mean, it's just going to be an absolute barnstormer for me. Whoever wins that will play Kurdimatova, who got a bye in the next round. I'm going to go Osaka, and I think she'll then beat Kurdimatova as well. Vondrousova gets a bye as well. She will face the winner of Maya Sharif from Egypt or a qualifier. I think Vondrousova gets through both pretty comfortably. Then we've got Kristina Kuchova versus Elena Gabriela Ruse. I think Kontaveit again has too much for either in the second round. And then Zakari's got a bye. She'll play either Siniakova or Begu. Again, not a huge amount of trouble there, I would imagine. And then we have Osorio and Sasnovich. Whoever wins that will play Kvitova. I think Kvitova's been in a bit of weird form, so she's prone to an upset. So let's see. And then we've got Elise Mertens with a bye. She'll play the winner of Marta Kostyuk and Marina Zanevska. I mean, that's a really tough match for both. If it ends up being Mertens, Kostyuk, both very, very solid. Kostyuk, such a impressive young talent. She's up there for me, actually, to be fair, with the Clara Torsons, etc. as well. She is that good. Then we've got Shui Zhang versus the qualifier. So I think Zhang will get through that. Then, she'll have to face Ons Jabeur, who I think will be too much personally. Then we've got last year's finalist Azarenka with a bye. She'll play either Lynette or Petkovic. Should be okay with either. Then we've got Van Udvank versus Rybakina, most likely in that second round. Rybakina should again have too many weapons. And then Golubic with a bye will play most likely Potenseva Golubic should be able to make a little run here at Indian Wells, and Sabalenka's got a bye, and she'll play the winner of a qualifier and Paolini. Again, Sabalenka surely going to make some type of dent in a women's game at some point in terms of winning a Grand Slam. In terms of predictions, I've actually predicted Coco Gauff to win. It's a pretty left field option, to be I think personally. But I did my little bracket thing, and yeah, it was good. It was good actually. Some interesting choices to make. But I think, okay, I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I'd put money on her just because I just feel that it's coming and it's very, very close. A lot of people thought she was going to win Wimbledon last year, so let's see. Anyways, thanks very much, guys, for sticking around. Please remember to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thank you very much.